Certainly for entrepreneurs, as your company grows, you begin to look at, you start out with a few people and it's like family and everyone's got a different skill. But as things grow, you start to look at traditional organizational structures and you start to think about filling in the boxes, so to speak. And I've learned that's not the right way to do it. And we talk about books. This one, but Ron Capella is a consultant in Toronto. He just retired, actually, but very interesting book on organization design. And more and more people are talking about fitting the structure to your people rather than fitting the people to your structure. So if you've got a traditional structure with positions, but you've got some people with real strengths in certain areas, maybe it's time to rethink the organization chart.
Is this sort of going into, we've brought, Jack Welch comes up a lot, but is it kind of going into like how he talked about like people in like certain roles like having them, you might have to move them into like a different position, like if they're better suited, like kind of more along those lines, Roy? Is that kind of what Ronald gets into in his book?
A little bit. I'm reminded of Marcus Buckingham is another author who talked about working to your strengths. And far too often what we do is we look at gaps and then we try and train ourselves in those gaps. Mm-hmm. And he takes the opposite approach. He says, if your strength is networking with people in marketing, let's take that to the next level and forget about finance and accounting. I mean, other people have an ex. So there's some of that involved too.
So doubling down on the strengths of them instead of trying to like, basically you're really strong at these 3 areas, make those even better to benefit the company. Find somebody else in accounting and finance that's going to be strong in that avenue.